Well, hello, Nico.
Oh, hello, Dwayne.
How are you?
I am very well. I'm very excited to actually be having this talk with you. I've been looking forward to this. So it's finally here. It's finally happening. And yeah,
And I kind of I believe that the world kind of needs this talk too. It needs to hear something else. You and I were kind of maybe long in the tooth compared to some of the ones that are out there now, but we have had quite a lot of experience in in this field of personal transformation, right?
yes, I personally have been doing this for over 20 years. And I
Yeah,
think you, Dwayne, as well, haven't you?
yeah. 26 years, yeah, that I've been
26
full
years.
time. I started in on it and I noticed that if I kept my feet in two different worlds, that it wasn't working out. So I had to plunge right into it, right? And
Yeah,
I refused to ever go back to the other world, right? Yeah.
yes. I tried it on my case. I pulled away for it for a few years and I tried doing both and I couldn't do it.
No,
I couldn't do it. You're either
because
fully in or you're fully out. There's no, and
because
even fully
literally
out after you've gone through all this, you can't really be fully out.
because literally you're praying to two gods when you do it. You know, the the god of commerce and the god. Yeah, so when we're playing in both worlds, yeah. So it is um to stick with it, to stay with it, to continue for our maybe our younger version, our younger viewers that are
Mhm.
starting out. It takes a commitment and it's a discipline it's a discipline within yourself to continue with your business, isn't
Yes,
it?
it really is. Because in this, for myself, when I'm in this world of what I'm supposed to do, I can speak my language very clearly. I
Yes.
can talk about anything, I can connect, I can be who I am. Right here, I am undressing with you spiritually.
Yeah.
I am undressing where I can actually just speak my truth. And
Hmm.
anybody that's actually listening can really see, okay, I can feel this man is actually speaking his truth. And yes, that's where I'm at. But if I go to the other world itself, which there's nothing wrong with that, people that are actually
No.
doing that, if that's your choice, that's your way.
Hmm.
Bless you for that. And you should do that. And you should figure out on your way exactly what you have to do.
Yeah.
This conversation is just about Dwayne, myself, that are in the same type of work. Um, sharing how they feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for me, it's been, I can only do one world and I have to be true to that one world itself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same here. It's
yeah,
and yeah, that's going to take you on highs and lows,
yeah,
but you as you and I know, you got to look within and see what those highs and lows are about because it's inside of you, not outside.
yes,
It's the
yeah,
inside of you projecting those highs and lows out there, right? So,
absolutely.
always like I've had because I train too. I teach my own style of hypnotherapy, and I've had people come in that go, no, 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 I don't want to do the work. I just want to learn how to do it. And I go, you're not going to learn how to do this work unless you can step into it and feel it and experience each session as, then that gives you the idea and feelings on what needs to be done because it really is feeling work, isn't it? You're
Absolutely.
shifting one feeling into another feeling, right? And
Yes.
that equals state change. You're changing state, and we all know that it is our state that's manifesting our reality. So
Yes.
at some point, we have to get focused in. And this is, I think, Nico, this world and the high stress that it's under right now and the confusion and all that is only, if you allow it, driving you inside, because
Yes.
that's where your answer is. You're creating it. Sorry.
Yes, no, very well said. That was, I'm just going to actually talk on what you just said right now. Everything we are creating, and this is what I teach as well too, my clients, and whenever they're sitting there with me in front of me, everything we're creating is from within. Everything.
Yeah.
You can create from within or you can create from without, meaning
Mm-hmm.
that whatever my eyes, my head, my vision, my concentration on the outside is actually thinking about, I can be losing myself in that world. Or I
Yes.
can actually refocus within the world inside of me, which is another mind, it's another voice, there's another energy of reconnecting itself. That's the true aspect. And that's why it's so beautiful for me and you, Dwaine, to be talking together because we both believe in the same aspect. And I've heard you before tell me that the client has everything within them. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing that I can offer the client itself that is going to be outside of them. All I'm doing is actually helping them. I am guiding them in how to unleash, open those doors within the frequency of the
Yeah.
client itself. Because every person that is watching us right now has that inner wisdom, has that inner power, has that frequency. But us itself, Nico Amores and Dwaine Hartman itself have been working on this for such a long time and opening those doors within ourselves where we can actually go to the client and say, try this,
And
try this modality.
this is the key point
Yes.
here is that each one of these methodologies that Nico works with, I work with, we've done it, we've went through it. So we know we know approximately, and I say approximately because everyone has their own reality. There isn't a one reality out there. That's what they're trying to convince you of. And there's nothing you can do about that one reality because it's so vast. No, it's your reality that's creating and creating. When we come back to that our own reality and do this is the extensive work that you and I have done with ourselves, is that we started doing it this way because there was no other way. And there is really no other way. If you want to clean up your reality, you got to go inside and figure out you know, there was a movie one time that I seen. It was called The Little Buddha.
Oh, yes.
And there was one scene in The Little Buddha that still sticks with me yet. And that's when he's sitting there next to a pond and he reaches in and grabs his image and pulls it up. And he says, "Architect, you will never rebuild again." And so there's a kind of a hidden aspect to us that is trying to manifest this, what I call the demiurge, the the reality that you can't do anything about, you're powerless and all of this. And it's doing that because we're very herd-like beings. We like to stick into groups. We think groups are our answer. It's more power. No, it's not. If the group has gone south, you know what I mean? Up in the north, up in Alaska, there's a little animal called the lemming. And when it reaches a certain level of population, what it does is it takes off and it runs for a cliff, and they all commit suicide,
Hmm.
right? And each one is running and pissed off because of the asshole in front of them as they're running to their cliff, right? And a few of us stand back. These are the shamans of the world. We stand back and we study humanity and how it's moving, right? We're not of that reality. We are that being, but we're not of that reality. And we stand back and we witness humanity, and then we offer help and solutions, right? And both of us are really, if you were to quote what a shaman is, we're really that, you know? We
Yes,
stand back from society. We've been a lot of times ostracized in society for
yes,
who we are.
yes,
And because we're different, and that's right. And when we embrace that difference, and this is really important for the young ones to understand,
yes,
embrace your difference. You are different, and you are not of the world, but you live in the world.
yes.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry.
okay to be yourself. Wonderful, Wayne. It's okay to be yourself because the vibration, the aspect, the true thumbprint of who you are is unique. There's
Mm-hmm.
no aspect of it's unique. You have your own truth to who you are, whatever that is. And the connection to you, the real you of what lives inside of you, with time, with connection, with the aspect of putting yourself first, you start seeing how your life on the outside starts changing.
Yeah.
And it starts changing for the aspect of better. All right.
Yeah.
That's why Wayne and Nico is saying right now we would never go back to
Yeah.
that because you've tasted both sides of the world. You've
Yeah.
tasted both meals in that platter itself. So, yeah, it's very important in the young ones itself. If you're having a lot of hard time, like adjusting or actually, life, you're feeling kind of lost. Well, that's what we're here for to tell you because the connection that you need to connect to from within is missing. And there's a beauty and there's a grace within the aspect of actually going to the gym of spirituality,
Mm-hmm.
however you want to put that there.
Yeah.
Okay, going from within and actually doing the work. And
Yeah.
this is why it's so important, like you
Yeah.
said, for clients that come and see us, they're not just coming there and saying, okay, fix me, and that's it. Because you're taking power away from the client if you're just doing that.
That's right.
Correct, Dwayne?
That's
Would you
right.
like to talk a little bit about that?
Well, um, when we when we see, this is what you and I do. We we work with people specifically. We elicit where they are, what they're doing, and in that we can see, because we've been there, we can see, sense, and feel what's tripping you up in your own flow of reality, your very own flow of reality. And then we help you shift these different aspects so it's a complete flow, right?
Correct.
And you and I do that work specifically on our sites. You can go there and there's book a chat, free chat. Book that free chat and talk about it. And you'll see in that conversation that, oh, okay, there is more to the world than what I've been experiencing, right? But you and I both have that book a free chat.
Correct.
So, the best way to find out is to book that free chat and ask the questions because you're going to be delighted in the answers. And we can confidently say delighted because each step that you take into your own sovereignty, the freer you become. and you and I know that. We know that by the end of the free chat, you're going to be excited about this new avenue that you can go down.
Absolutely. And it allows you to see exactly how the flow works out. Because
Yep.
it's very, very important for everyone, and I do mean everyone, that you must feel comfortable and you must have a mental and a feeling aspect of actually seeing, do I really want to open up
Yep.
with the person that I'm actually connecting to?
Hmm.
So this is why it's so important to actually have that free chat, because you're under no obligation whatsoever.
That's
This
right.
work is not about obligation. This
No.
work is about, we're meeting each other halfway on this bridge, and we're
Yeah.
walking hand in hand to the aspects of the onion that you are.
Hmm.
You are built with many layers, and all we're doing is opening up one level, and we're actually making sure that it's balanced, adjusted, and we're moving through layers and layers and layers of the person itself. That's
Yeah.
what we're doing itself. It's not a quick fix.
Hmm.
What it is, it's a
Permanent,
it's a
permanent
permanent
fix.
fix. Correct.
When you align once again to source energy and feel that expanding in you, and you know that's you expanding, and you're watching your reality shift and change out there to your betterment because you're doing that. You can't go back from that. You can't go back and put on the drone where everybody's just walking around in the drone. You can't go back to that because it's uncomfortable. As soon as you get close to it, you bounce back up into the freedom and joy again. If that interests you, because if that interests you, join us. Join us in this adventure of you. It's There's an old saying, know thyself, but that has layers. It's not just, oh, I'm a party animal. Know thyself. We we end up coming down and down and down inside the self until we get to the core. Now that core can be vibrating at society level. So no matter what you do, you're capped in your journey because the core is sitting there going whoa 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 at the same frequency as society, and society is heavily programmed. But as soon as you realize that is coming from you, and that you can shift that to a different frequency, then everything changes, because you originally came into this world. uh every child came into this world and had joy about being here and wanting to create and imagine and play and fully activate imagination. But if you noticed, going through school, all of a sudden that got dimmed and dimmed and dimmed and dimmed. And then you took on a different personality. You had to be somebody else in order to survive in the world. And that somebody else is a program. When I worked with people that were involved in the MKA Ultra mind control, uh, in order for them to do that to a person, they had to fracture them, their psyche, and then program the fracture. Okay. And how they do that is through abuse, right? Now, they've got these fractures, different personalities that they could call upon at any time, give them a key word, and they would go into that personality and be that personality. Now, in doing that, I noticed there was a glitch. And the glitch was, in helping these people, the glitch was that still had their original frequency deep inside of them, but it was still there. And so instead of all of the work that we'd have to do to what they did to them, I'd simply regress them back to that original consciousness, and it was like a reset. It just reset the whole thing. These different personalities dissolved. They came into one. That's how powerful this original consciousness is. But we were the ones that set it aside and took on this other to be socially acceptable. And I'm telling you, society is running off a cliff.
Yes,
You can either stand back and witness this and come into your own, right? And this is the time, definitely the time to do it.
absolutely. This is the time to find the original self of who you are.
Yeah,
There's no more of this, let's use anything within the frequency of distraction, visual
yeah,
distraction, addictions, or
yeah,
anything else. Like if you're going through addictions or you're going through any visual distractions to get over your week so you can have your time off and anything like that. I work with all types of clients personally myself, and a lot of clients that might be seeing this, like a lot of my clients might be seeing this once it goes live. A lot of them are corporate. Okay, they
mm,
come from all aspects of life: corporate, housewives, younger people itself. And it comes from all types of level of society itself, all languages, as you do as well too, right?
yeah, yeah,
This
yeah,
work is not just for one type of the whatever you envision, it's for everyone. Everyone has what Dwaine and Nico are talking about. This inner presence that you must, and I do say, you must connect to it to have, to live, to experience abundance and all forms of abundance.
yes,
This is why you see the world how it is right now, Dwaine, like you said. It's insane. And people need to reconnect to that lighthouse within them because that's
mm-hmm,
what it is. You are a lighthouse. And
mm-hmm,
the longer you go without connection to your inner lighthouse, the longer you stay or the deeper you go within a frequency of insanity.
mm-hmm,
Insanity. And this is why it's so important. You talked about people on MK Ultra and the
yeah,
aspect of working with them.
mm-hmm,
Well, with a lot of my clients, what I do as well too is I bring them back, I regress them back to their childhood,
yep,
where their frequency was so alive and
mm-hmm,
so beautiful and so gentle and so amazing. And I actually have the client bring that frequency into their body itself or into
yes,
aspects within, where if they're dealing with any sicknesses or anything like that. And together within that, the client itself recreates a new body, recreates a new system through the aspect
exactly,
of bringing, and it comes from them
yeah.
what you were talking about, Dwaine. So it just
And
very
and,
well said.
and I got to add here, without elicitation, we could make up, and I will. I'll make up MP3s and whatever. But I know, and you ought to know, that the real work is done in the private sessions where we get to elicit from you where you are, what's tripping you up, and help you resolve that so it flows. So you're back into that. And I think everybody knows what that flow feels like. That flow, it's like you can do nothing wrong. Everything turns to your favor when you're in that state. Why? Because there's only one sin. And that is that you refuse to believe you're God. And for that, you will suffer. And you do. When fear is your modus operandi, you get up in the morning out of fear that you don't want to be late. You out of fear, your partner. I mean, you're doing these things because out of fear that you don't want that partner to leave. All of these things, when that basis, that core is fear, you're only going to manifest more fear. It's simple, but yet the most complex thing, because it's so simple, we have a society that believes that the more complex you make something, the more brilliant you are. And that's not true. The simpler the solution, the better, because then everybody gets to change. Have you noticed, Nico, that there is this aversion to the truth?
Yes.
And that's, I feel, Nico, that that's programmed into our psyche so that when this starts to resonate as crystalline truth, people have a tendency to move away from it. Do you ever wonder why that is?
It's the system, it's the programming. You're connected to the matrix, so I understand how that works. Um, it's there's something that you said that was very important within the aspect of the connection of understanding that we're creating our insanity, we're creating our world. Because I give these examples like our brain, our mind is like a monkey. It jumps from tree to tree, doesn't
Yeah.
stay focused within one aspect. And this is part of the work that I do with my clients. I train them to actually train their own mind. And I train them and where they actually block any negative aspects of thinking. So I run them through different programs itself where
Yeah.
they're actually recreating itself the reality of thinking and of creation. And you do the same as well, um, from what I understand. Is that correct, Dwayne?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's true.
And so this is very, very important because the truth is this, that whatever you're thinking of, like Wayne said, you're manifesting, you're creating. If you are stuck in loops, because that's what they are, the programs, they're loops itself, and they're actually extracting, I won't get into too much of it, but they're extracting the energy of feeding something. All
Yep.
right. And that energy itself, you want to make sure that you're very conscious and you're very aware that when you're going through your life on a day-to-day basis, there's always a connection to what am I thinking of and what am I putting my energy towards. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So this is very, very important work. And like you said as well, too, seeing us, connecting with us. When you invest in yourself
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and you say, I am here to create a better version of myself
Mm-hmm.
because I am tired of living the way I've been living. I
Yeah.
need change. I know there's something more within me, but I am stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is why it's so important to have that connection, to really, through that frequency, find out and custom
Mm-hmm.
build it towards what you're needing. Because this is what we do, right, Dwayne? Custom build.
That's right. We custom build. I've custom built since I started. And
Mm.
it was because I knew that it, see, a strange thing happened in my sessions is that I began to realize, hey, wait a minute. There isn't one reality. Every person that comes to see me has their own bubble of reality. But somehow they're being convinced there's one reality, and we should follow the one reality's rules. And then realized that, oh, this whole thing about one reality is part of a program to keep the cattle in the fence, right? Behind the fence. So what I know Nico and I like to do is to knock that fence down and just let you free graze, because this is only your reality coming back at you. And when you get free, the freedom is feeling that sovereign, strong connection within you. If you've ever seen pictures of the ancient Egyptians, there's one thing that's hidden that is very noticeable, and that is their steadfastness. When I interviewed someone, his name was John Anthony West, and he created the Magical Egypt series. And when I was talking to him, he said, no, 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 no. He says, academia doesn't have a clue what they're doing when they're trying to read these glyphs. He says, the ancient Egyptians, with their consciousness of that stead oneness, when they read those hieroglyphs, each one of them was speaking to them personally. It is an education for self when you look at these glyphs, not someone's rendition of what they all mean, because they're not. The education is individual. So, and I noticed that our life is the same way. Now, one person's reality says that if I do this, this will happen. Cause and effect. Cause and effect is a beautiful thing and a dangerous thing at the same time, because if you cause and effect the wrong stuff, you're in trouble. But if you cause and effect, because I'm doing this, this will happen. It doesn't matter the two ends. Do you know that? It doesn't matter if you say, because I touch this pen, I'll reach enlightenment. What it is an agreement within yourself of cause and effect. So in that freedom, you can do anything. This here is a pen because we all believe it's a pen in society. But you talk to a little kid, and this pen can be a magical wand. And that when they draw a circle like this and go, boop, you feel it.
Absolutely.
From a childlike of of non-description. This could be anything. I know that sounds a little strange,
No,
but
it
that
doesn't sound
anything could
strange.
be anything.
Yes, absolutely. And this is the beautiful thing about every person that's watching here right now. You have your own reality and it's valid. It's
Mm-hmm.
actually valid. It is truth. That reality itself cannot be the same reality as anybody else. It
That's
has to
right.
be individualized to you. And it is, you are, believe it or not, consciously or not consciously, you are creating your own world. What you have right now in your world itself, what you have manifested. And you might have done it without knowing it, but what we're here to do is actually teach you and actually show you the steps of manifesting from within, not
Mm-hmm.
from without. And that is very important because everything you see out there, as long as you agree within yourself to have a truth, that becomes law. That becomes that wand, that becomes that pen, like Dwaine is talking about, that becomes anything you wish within your world itself. And that's what matters.
Mm-hmm.
It's your world. Dwaine, thank you very much for sharing that.
You mentioned something that just triggered me, and this is how this works. Genius works in a really interesting way. You just sit here and pay attention, and all of a sudden, boom, the answers come. When you said You either manifest within or you manifest without. Isn't that the truth? When you manifest without, you're without. When you manifest within, you own it and it is yours. Whatever you can say inside for you to come up with this is truth. This is my truth, my reality. That when I dance around the little fig tree, magical things happen in my life, cause and effect. It doesn't matter. When I dance a little dance in the middle of my living room, that brings on lovely energy, and that energy creates, you know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
we could be doing so much more than, well, because my dad was anxious, I'm anxious. Okay. Well, what if you know, what if we could help you with that? What if you could feel a different thing at that time? And then all of a sudden they start tapping into that freedom, that opening of their own reality. And I'll tell you, I've seen clients that just come unglued when they finally feel this click and they realize that their imagination is creating everything and that they can shift their imagination by shifting their feeling. And now what's coming at them is of their design. Well, where's war in that? If someone is fighting over, two people are fighting over a loaf of bread, you can fight over a loaf of bread, or one person could turn and just manifest their own.
Absolutely.
Now, where's war in that? There's no war in that.
It's not.
There's just individuals creating their own reality. And this is what is supposed to happen before we got sucked into the trap.
Correct. When I had my awakening,
Mm-hmm.
I understood that I was a program and I had to find out, let go of all my programs, which really it was very hard for me, but I went through my own training itself and recreate myself. And this is what we're here to do. We're here to actually help people recreate into the original aspect of what they are. They don't
Yep.
have to do it my way. They don't have to do it like Dwaine has did it. We look at how the
You're going to
person's
do it.
their lifestyle is, and how do we do it without disrupting it?
Yeah.
Okay, if you do have a family, how do we do it? Doing little steps
Mm-hmm.
each day, and you can actually readjust those aspects of what you're creating. Like a forest wasn't created like that, right? A forest,
No.
like you were talking about, right? You've mentioned this before. You plant little seeds, right? Little by
Mm-hmm.
little. So that's the thing. Part of this connecting to yourself is not about, my goodness, I'm going to Bali, I'm letting my hair grow this long. And I'm actually, it might be, and that's okay, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. You can still live within the family that you have. You can still, if you're in corporate, you can still be in the corporate world. You can still do whatever you need to do. All right.
That's
This is
right.
very, very important. All right. You can still do, but you can just find the aspect of bringing the true aspect of who you are outwards so you can start really manifesting what your true aspect of who you are, your original self.
That's
And
right.
that's what we're here to do. Be original to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Yeah,
Dwaine?
that's right.
Be original to ourselves.
That's correct. Because the part that people don't get, when you go inside, you have everything. Everything is simply a feeling away, a feeling of owning it. It's mine. And you feel that feeling, it's mine, and that feeling goes out and manifests. What we're talking about here is instead of being used by your past, you see, everyone thinks, well, as I move ahead, as I move step by step ahead, I become whatever. That's true to a point, but really what it is there is no past, there is no future, and you're just climbing a ladder of ascent. You're evolving yourself from being afraid of driving to the freedom of driving effortlessly. You climb a rung. Yeah, you get higher. You go from I don't have any control of my situation at all to I love dreaming about my future and feeling it shift and change, and it's changing. Now, to get to these states, that's where we help you come into your own vibration, your own cause and effects. We come in, we help you step into that ownership of your own reality. And once you own it, you can own anything. You can say, wisdom is mine. I am the Akashic records. And you now the Akashic records are opened up to you and you can see all of them. I am I am spiritually connected and vibrating at a frequency that is absolute freedom. And you are it now. You step into it and you are it. When I was working with a lot of clients that were coming to me from a certain lady who was doing this kind of work too. And the one thing that they were coming to see me for was the fact that they couldn't get into this place called the vortex. It was talked about a lot in the seminars and everything else, and they wanted to get into this place called the vortex, and they didn't know how to get into it. And I said to one of them, and many of them, so describe to me what you are like in the vortex. And they said, well, it's light, it's free, everything is coming towards me, la la la. And I says, where are you right now? And they went, I'm in the vortex. I says, yeah. We set up our own difficulties to get into our own ascension,
Yes,
right?
very well
All
said.
we have to do is bring it inside and own it.
Correct. And
But there are tricks along the way,
yes, yes,
and there are specific things that are happening as a result of the, I would say, the societal programming that you need to navigate.
correct.
And we help you do that.
Yeah, we help you train your mind to actually stop doing what you've been doing and changing
Start
it
doing
to where
some.
you can actually build it. Stop the insanity, stop working on the insanity, and start working from the health aspect of what empowers you personally as a soul itself. This is work that's taken me years personally myself to master. Okay, and it's a gym, it's a spiritual gym of showing up every day and doing the work,
Mm-hmm.
really understanding how the mind works and how emotions and how your ego works
Yeah.
within the frequency of who you really are and how it can actually trick you,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we don't want to be tricked. We want to
Yeah.
make sure that we're opening those doorways. We're
Yep.
doing constant repetition.
Mm-hmm.
We're training that muscle to always return. And this is the beautiful thing, Dwaine. It's amazing. I knew I needed to have this talk with you, Dwaine.
Mm-hmm.
I when I reached out to you a few weeks ago, I really knew there was a calling within me that said, I need to connect to Dwaine itself. I need to connect and actually share with him and see exactly what evolves. And I am loving what's evolving here. I am
Hmm.
loving what's being created here because it is truth that is coming out here. And this is what we are. We are all truth. And whoever's watching this, if you're getting little feelings and you're smiling inside and you're getting the little excitement, yes, please give us a call.
Yeah.
Connect with us. Say hello. How are you? This is what I'm going through. Feel yourself through it. And it's not going to cost you anything. It's a be brave time. I know it's a
Yep.
little bit scary. It can be a little bit scary calling, somebody you don't know and actually setting up an appointment with them and actually really seeing exactly if there's something that can really help you change and reinvest into who truly you are.
Yeah.
Because this is what we're here for. We're here for you.
Yeah.
We're here for you. I have a gift and I'm here to share that gift.
Hmm.
Wayne has another gift and it vibrates a little bit different than mine. And it's beautiful and it needs to be shared as well too. So yeah, please connect with us.
So we, Nico and I, have come in here. And what I mean by come in here, come into this planet for a purpose. We know that the shit's hit the fan. I mean, we've been knowing that probably since birth, that there was going to be a time when people would need this alignment. And again, like Nico said, whether you're corporate, whether you're a nurse, a doctor, whoever it is, if you're hearing this and you're feeling that resonance, like, yeah, I always knew that was something inside me. I always knew that this something inside me could expand and grow. Or I remember when I was young, was completely free. And what happened? Right? Well, programming happened. We're in a society that's a great attempt is being made to run the society. And it's wanting you to go into limitation, 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 limitation. So whether there's nothing that you can do, that only works on the outside. Within, you can shift all of that, and your reality, your own bubble shifts within the matrix, and you become freer and freer. This excitement is hard to even portray to you, isn't it?
It really is. If
But
you,
the
and it, sorry,
but
Dwayne, I just wanted to just add something. I feel like if there's certain people that are watching this that are feeling like they're being burnt out, their jobs
yeah.
are burning them out, or they're having issues within themselves and their acceptance or with other people around them or anything, or they're in addictive behaviors or anything like that, just trying to make it up, throughout the day is because you're missing what Dwayne is talking about, what Nico's talking about. You're missing that connection of coming back home. You're not
Hmm.
home. If you're not doing the work that Dwayne and I are actually talking about, you're not home. You're on the outside you're in survival mode. And
Hmm.
that's really what happens. You're not pulling from within. And pulling from within, I tell my clients, you want more money? You have to pull from within. You
Hmm.
want a better lifestyle with your family? You got to pull it from within. You got to make that connection. Everything that you are comes from within. Everything that you manifest, there's nothing outside of this. So why are we under the illusion by our lifestyle, by thinking that we're going to figure it out from without instead of from within.
Yeah.
I hope that resonates with somebody.
Yes, it does me.
That's me too.
We're the things that I have seen and things that Nico has seen with clients. So, um, take for instance, somebody wanted a new job. They said, I want this new job, and whatever, and just through a little coaching, helping them align, right? They stepped into the feeling they needed to do to manifest it.
Yes.
But it was through the elicitation, finding out where the trip ups were, being able to disassociate this and associate into that, that the person did that. And then what? The next day or 2 days later, the phone call came and they got the job. I have heard countless clients come back and say, it's like pure magic.
Yes.
It's like pure magic. Now, you say, okay, well, that's on one level. Here's another level. I had a man that just totally believed that if he had a chance to talk to me, I could help him associate into what I call the God within. That I could help him associate in within to the God within, and he could heal himself. So this is a different kind of session, right?
Yes.
He already knew he was the healer. He just knew that he needed a little help brushing the leaves away so you could see the actual thing within him. He did. Now, the first session that I worked with him, he was quadriplegic, right? So all four limbs were. But he did have a machine that causes electrical impulses so that his muscles didn't atrophy. And we started off, and it wasn't from the point, I'm going to do this to you. It was from the point, I'm asking his own God within what needs to be done, and describing to me what was going on inside of him, what happened, whatever. And then having his own God within come up with the solution. And so when he ran that solution in his body, he looked at me and he said, Dwaine, watch this. And he raised both hands above his head. Now, the man was about 50 some years old, but he was paralyzed back when he was a child. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long. Long doesn't mean anything. The shift in state is what was important. And he went from I can't do anything about it to I am the God of my own being. And this is what, and boom. Now, can I say that everybody's going to be like that? Yes, if you have that conviction. Of course, you will in an instant, but sometimes it takes a little bit more, right, to start seeing these things. You have to be able to identify yourself as the magician.
Yes. And I would like to say something else regarding this itself, that nothing here that we're speaking about actually is claiming that we are actually creating miracles. I am here to tell you that you are creating your own miracles. The
Yeah,
responsibility is on you, the client, to actually fix all aspects within the self where you are being guided by us and we're going through a journey, walking hand in hand with each other, where you have more connection and more of that frequency from within you.
that's right.
Can you agree with that, Dwaine?
Of course, that's what I'm all about. It's about them bringing it out of them.
Uh,
Not, I'm not,
no,
not your
no,
magician. No,
correct.
but
You are your own magician.
I will show you a true fucking magician. And that's you. Yeah. And it's a
Absolutely.
magician in your own life, in your own reality. You're not a magician for somebody else either.
No,
You can only be a magician for your own reality. You take your wand and you sprinkle your magic dust, and boom. Now, you have seen miracles too.
yes.
Client generated miracles.
Correct. Yes. I've seen miracles where clients as itself have worked with cancer and
Mm-hmm.
tumors. And I would just say there have been miracles
Yeah.
healing that. And I am blessed. I am blessed to be able to actually experience that with the beautiful clients that come and visit me and enrich my life by their beauty. And it doesn't matter what they're going through. Everyone that walks through my room, into my room, or through a connection through long distance itself, uh, brings. They're like Santa Claus. They're bringing gifts
Yeah.
from the aspect of who they are. Because I don't look at people's problems if that's who you are. I look at every single client, and I know you do this, Dwaine, as well,
Mm.
as the inner light of who they are inside, without
Mm-hmm.
judgment, without a frequency. It doesn't matter what you're going through. It doesn't matter how much you've suffered and what you've done. You are here today as a new soul, as a new person, walking in, looking for an exchange, and recreating a better version of yourself. And
Mm.
that's the most beautiful thing. Light is meeting light, and we're journeying together, and we're making a journey that is beautiful within the frequency of what you need, not
Yeah.
what I need, not what Dwaine needs, what you need. We just walk with you and we
Yeah.
assist you. The blind man, this is one thing that I remember. A good friend of mine, and you know him too, Brian Baruch,
Mm-hmm.
uh, colorful one. He would say the blind man can learn how to walk. And eventually he uses the cane to walk. That is his eyes to actually use another instrument outside of itself, but also there's an instrument within itself to actually feel more.
Mm-hmm.
We are all blind at one point, but it's returning within to see the light and start seeing that frequency of what we're talking about. And unless you haven't really connected within, this is like a new language to you. But
So many people have gone,
there's remembering.
many people have gone to people, other practitioners and whatnot, and they find that they have a little reprieve from whatever it is, and then it's back. And a little reprieve, and then it's back. And that's because of eliciting, because in eliciting, you're going to find the core, and then you can shift the core, and then it all changes. And we have left brain, right brain. So left brain is really susceptible to hypnosis. Left brain. Right brain, you can't hypnotize it. It's it's already there.
It's already there. It's living in that
Yeah.
world.
You know, it was like Ramdas talking about his spiritual teacher. He brought a big bottle of acid, acid to put on his tongue and whatever. And the guru said to him, he says, you brought this medicine from America. And he goes, yeah, I did. He says, let me see it. And so Ramdas gave him the bottle, and the guy popped the lid and took the whole thing. Ramdas says that was enough to kill an elephant. He says the old man just took his robe, put it over his head, and then in a few minutes or an hour, he lifted it back up, and he was perfectly fine. And Ram Dass says that was enough to kill an elephant. How are you managing this? And he says, well, when you're already in India, you don't need to take a bus to get there. When you're already there, it's getting there, right? And it's part of something they wouldn't allow you to do right through school, and that's owning these states, owning them, because as soon as you feel them, you can own them and they're yours, right? I am the one, I am the one that abundance finds all the time. Or you could say to yourself, "Oh my gosh, I'm so broke today, or so broke for the last year. I don't know what I'm going to do." Well, guess what? That's only going to take you to more broke
So,
because the focus is broke. But
yes,
the focus inside is abundance. I am it already. Right? Then things shift in your reality. There's many, many tricks we know
yes,
because we've been studying it for 20 to 26 years here with every client that we work with.
yes,
We understand that it doesn't matter what it is, you're manifesting it. Health, wealth,
everything.
everything is a manifestation of your own. And to disassociate you out of being the commander of your own reality, that's sacrilege.
Yes.
And we're not of that.
No, we're not of that. We lead you to finding your own tools so you can self empower your life.
Yeah,
There's everything about you. It's about finding your own light and not relying on any healers after a while, teachers, or anything else. It's
yeah,
about really finding the truth within you. And everybody's got it. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you've gone through. It doesn't matter how deep you are. If you're really wanting change within the frequency of your life, if you're tired of living the way you are and you're looking for guidance, it's time. It's time to
yeah,
connect to your power. It's time to connect to your light. It's time to start using the tools that you have. You have so many tools and you're not using them. And you should. You
yeah.
should. And we're here to help you with that.
You become your own guru.
Yeah.
And if you take a look at the spelling of the word guru, Guru, it's right in the word. You are you.
Who are you?
And when we celebrate that you celebrate your own you connect with the fact that you're as free as your imagination can take you. Life changes from to woohoo, right? Right? And you're not even excited, really. When you're doing it properly, you're not even excited. It's like a new normal. Oh, $80 million. Yeah. Well, I knew that was coming. Um,
Mm,
you know what I mean? Like it becomes that, but it's a whole new adventure in
yes.
your life. A whole new adventure. There's only there's only one sin, as I said, and that is that you refuse to identify yourself as God.
Mm,
And that creates suffering. Because once you recognize who you are and that you can create anything, you don't fight anyone for anything anymore. You're creating it all within yourself. And and I don't mean that it just shows up inside you. No, no, it shows up in the world, but it's just the proper way to run your system. Just like left brain, right brain, the proper way to run your brain is right brain first, and that dominates the left. But they've got it reversed. So now everyone believes that their left brain is all that in a bag of chips, and then it's not. It's very limited, it's very programmable, and all you have to do is go puh, over to the right and just sit in that silence and feel. And yeah, you'll come back to the left and you're doing all of this, but it doesn't feel right. And you pop over to the right, and there you are. So how there's a discipline to this work, self-discipline. The critic criticizes you all the time. Whatever you do, it criticizes you, and it brings your vibration down. That's the program. It was programmed in the school system. It was programmed into you. But what would happen if your critic would just step aside and all you heard was the loving internal voice? Would that change your life? Of course it would, because all your references would all of a sudden shift from limitation to expansion. And this is what all people need to come into at this point in time in our society. And what's happening here is to go into that expansion and be that. So the quickest way that we can help you do that is call us.
Yes. And
You book a
regardless,
free call.
absolutely, this free call, please take it to your advantage. And the other thing I wanted to share with you is that I know you, Dwayne, and I do as well too. We have people from all aspects of life,
Everywhere in the
different
world, yes.
religions,
Yeah.
different belief systems. And I just want to make it very clear, we're not here to change anybody's belief systems and what you believe in and what you feel that you find comfort in. Dwayne and I would
No,
never
no,
do
no,
that
no.
at all. Okay.
We work
What we're
with.
trying to do is just have you find your power within you, however you want to call it, however you want to see it, however you want to believe it. Everyone has something, a magical box inside that once you actually open it with your master key, and only you can open it with your master key itself, you connect to something that is grand, that is beautiful. And so, regardless of what religion you're in, you're welcome. Mi casa es su casa. My home is your home. Uh, the same with you, Dwayne, right? We are here to
Well, kinda.
kind of, okay, well, I'm going to speak for myself. I am here to invite everyone to my
Hmm.
home, to my energy, to the aspects of working within it, regardless of what your belief systems are.
So I will add to this as to why I said that.
Okay.
Uh, I'm open to anybody, any religion, any walk of life, but I can't guarantee that you won't feel a deeper, more gratifying connection with source energy itself by doing this. I can't guarantee that because you will. So no matter what religion you are, you're going to get closer to your own source, right? And I'm open to all religions, always. I'm also, like Nico was talking about, is that if you have, your religion is your anchor, your steadfast, we work with that to expand it, not take it away, right? Yeah. Well, my friend,
How long have we been talking for?
an hour.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah. And was there anything that you wanted to close with?
Um, if this talk meant anything to you, if you felt little bit of a vibration within the aspect of any feeling that you felt. Um, I am open to working with you. I am here to assist you. I am here to be genuine to the work, to you. And yes, you can reach me. I guess you will put our contacts
Oh yeah.
below the
It,
video itself.
it'll be up here, and you can
All right.
connect with the either one of us. Both the websites will be up, and yeah,
Yeah, and wherever you are in your life, you're not alone. We've
yeah.
probably been there ourselves in
Hmm.
one form or another. We are humans as well. So the whatever laws that you're experiencing, we're experiencing, we've experienced it ourselves, so we're experiencing. It's just, using your tools, you learn how to
Yeah,
move better within the frequency of, being part of within, of creating from what you want instead of, oh, this is all happening to me from within.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, my message is the same. Um, my what I'd like. I love seeing people come into their own power and express it and live their life that way. And once you do that, you can never forget it. And because you can never forget it, you can always access it. So the freedom we're talking about, the freedom, absolute expansion freedom that we're talking about is actually your normal state of being.
Yeah, yeah.
And it feels so good, like Nico said, to come home because that connection is home. Because from that connection, you can create whatever you want, your house, your car,
Mhm.
your perfect relationship, your whatever you want now becomes you dancing in eternity, motivated by infinity. There's nothing, there's nothing that can stop you once you recognize who you are. So I'd like to thank everybody for taking a look at this video.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you as I know that Nico is looking forward to seeing you as well. And hey, there's a massive shift happening. Let's get it done. What do you think? Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for having me here. Thank
Well, thank you. Thank you for interviewing me.
you.
All right. So we'll go for now. Take care. Bye-bye. And we'll just stay on. I'll cut this off and we can just talk. How did you feel it went?
I think it went really well.
It did, actually, from my experience. It was
From my
very good.
experience, very, very
Very
wonderful.
professional, very no.
Yeah. And I think we worked really well together, you and I.
Yeah,
There's a good connection going back and forth, the complimenting. Um, yeah, I really like it. I really like doing this with you. I'd be interested in doing another video again, and
sure.
then maybe
That sounds good to me.
maybe we can start and maybe eventually we can start using topics, different topics, and talking about them
Sure.
without, yeah, and seeing exactly, I like this, what it grows into,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
we're being called to actually really speak about.
Well, that's what it is. From nothing and sitting there manifesting opening and expansion, and you showed up. And you also were manifesting that sort of thing, and you showing up made me show up.
Yeah,
So it's a flow.
yeah,
It's a flow of the divine.
Yes. And it's here in this room with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Excellent.
Are you good?
I'm good. I'm gonna go eat something. I'm starving.
Okay. And then I will render this out. I don't know, it'll take me about a few days or so to get it. I may be asking for things,
Okay.
uh, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it takes. Yeah, and yeah, anything else you need or whatever, reach out to me. I'm
Okay, I
always
will.
available for you, Dwayne.
Oh,
All
thank
right.
you. Thank you.
And have a beautiful day. Thank you.
You too. Take
All right.
care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.